What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Gaia. His name is Kvoth. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Thor. His name is Suppe. The map, you might ask, well, what is this map? What's happening here? We've never seen this before. Everything looks different. Well, that's because it's competitive mega random. It's never going to look the same. You're never going to get tired of it. It's always going to be a fun time. And I'm never going to stop being excited about new things in a game as cool as Age of Mythology. And yes, I say it's cool because it is. And the fact that you watch it makes you also cool. And those who play it are also cool. We are all gigantic nerds. Fantastic. Glad that we got that out of the way. Onwards and upwards, we've got our competitive mega random, and we have this spawn. We have a spawn with cliffs in the middle. A juicy amount of wood in the middle, but more importantly, all of the hunt. Not all of the hunt, but a very large amount of hunt in the middle. And Suppe has somewhat discovered this very, very early, dropping the temple down right at the front here. He sees all the hunt in the middle. We've got the cows retreating back. There's a ton of food in his home base. Anyone who says that these maps have got no hunt on them, well, they're just Egyptian haters, because yes, there are some competitive mega random maps which have very, very low amounts of hunt, and there are some which have very, very high amounts of hunt. That is what makes it absolutely beautiful. And we will be seeing what Suppe is going to come up with here. With the 4 temple with Thor, Thor's got a lot of really, really cool investigated rushes. And I mean like tech rushes. So you rush like copper mail, copper shields, for example, and hit a rush with that, catch your opponent very much off guard, because normally when you are upgrading yourself through like medium infantry, that takes up time that you could be building units. So if instead you're just building it out of an armory that you have to build anyways, or cost less resources as well, you're going to be able to get those upgrades which make it feel like you've got medium without you getting medium, and then you can get that medium later to hit even more of timings. It's going to be very, very exciting for Thor play. So we'll see if that's something that Suppe's going to want to try, or if he's just going forward temple to be obnoxious nice and early. Thanks so much for the prime there, Commissioner Gordo. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Been watching a lot of your YouTube videos lately, loving the gameplay and comment. Thank you so much, my friend. Thanks for coming in and checking out the games. We've got Suppe with the cheeky building rotatorino. He loves this. This is a feature you have to add in yourself. You have to go into your user files and add this command in to allow you to rotate your buildings. It can be very, very fun, but Suppe does like doing it. So he's going to be moving his... There's nothing wrong with it. It's very, very fun. He's great. You can do it if you like. The Hersa moving in here for Suppe, going to be looking to try and target down Kvoth's gold mine, but Kvoth has very, very smartly placed his temple, placed his mana in a way that the only way to attack this is with ranged units, and Suppe does not have ranged units until he gets himself some thrown axemen. And he did go for Forseti here instead of going for... he did go for Freya instead of going for Forseti. If he went for Forseti here, he could have had a troll on this location. That could have been incredibly obnoxious here. So we do see Kvoth simply just saying, I don't care. I've got a hero oracle here. I can just eat my Auroch underneath my town center in complete safety. Kvoth is in a fantastic position to defend a rush. This map has been a godsend for Kvoth. Having Auroch essentially on his town center here is very, very nice. We will be seeing a Gaia forest getting dropped over here. This is potentially going to be forcing a forest fire to open this location up, if this forest can make it all the way over to actually block this off or not. But in the end, we will be seeing the sentry tower getting taken out here. I'm not sure Kvoth is going to care all too much. The only thing I would have liked to have seen a little bit different here from Kvoth is dropping this mana back so that the edge is in range of town center fire. But not happening just yet. We will see. We have seen a cheeky Gaia lair. What's this called? Spider lair. Gaia lair. Spider lair getting dropped over here for Kvoth. Hanging on for dear life, not really, but hanging on. Now we've got ourselves 5 Herser out for Suppe, making himself throwing axeman, raiding cavalry. No surprises there. Against Gaia, you actually do want to make those throwing axemen. The big difference between why we don't see Norse players very much making throwing axemen against Oranos, for example, is because Oranos' Terma can get in and take those throwing axemen down very, very easily, whereas Gaia's much slower, much more difficult to get them in range and keep them alive to boot. And we will be seeing a couple of Caraballists coming out to deal with those infantry units here, as Kvoth can defend this fairly simply here with those 2 Caraballister, and he's going to be pushing forward very, very comfortably here. But I like this from Suppe, just taking a little bit of chip damage, trying to deal a little bit, because there's no healers for the Gaia play here, as we are seeing Kvoth trying to push through. He manages to take down one of those throwing axemen before having to retreat. Raiding cavalry swinging around the back, dealing a lot of damage dealt there. We do see the forest fire onto this forest after all to open it up. Kvoth having to retreat back around the back here. The raiding cavalry able to take down 2 Caraballists there before retreating away. We see 1 raiding cavalry getting taken out. And now Kvoth going to have to swing around here and defend from a different position. Let's check out the economic upgrades here for Kvoth. He's got himself hand axe, he's got himself pickaxe, he's got himself hunting dogs. Suppe, on the other hand, just hunting dogs and pig sticker for the time being. So we're seeing some more buildings getting dropped down here for Suppe. Long house getting thrown down, more houses. This is very, very stock standard Suppe play, to be honest. Slowly drop more buildings down as your economy gets bigger, and somehow the Gaia forest here got caught on fire as well, even though it wasn't connected. But interestingly enough, it does, and that's what actually happens in nature. You drop from this fire, the fire travels all the way across and then kills the next forest. And then that's how you start a bushfire. Don't start bushfires, it's bad. Okay, Kvoth trying to push out yet again, trying to find some snipes here onto the axemen. So they're throwing axemen here as Suppe is very, very comfortably holding this middle of the map. He's just about to finish up on this hump, though, so he's going to have to move out of his base. He does have control of the middle. I would not be surprised if that's exactly where Suppe wants to move to immediately. If he comes right in the middle and starts eating all of this hunt in the middle, he's going to have a great time. The question is, as we're starting to see a fight here, has Suppe really got any armory upgrades out just yet? Looks like he hasn't had any time to get armory upgrades, just army. And Kvoth going to be trying to push back here to take these units down. We see the Termite trying to get the damage here. Every time Kvoth is turning around here, it's actually not so great. We will be seeing a couple of these spider eggs getting taken out before they drop. So not going to get as many picks here as Kvoth would have liked, but the DPS does get slowed down just a little bit. The spider does come through here. Will attempt to come through on this location as well. Nice control from Suppe to not lose any units here. 71 population for Suppe. Kvoth's at 57 population. Kvoth going to be pulling back yet again as Suppe is maintaining his control of this game with his superior army production thus far, still with a population advantage. It's only 10 population, but it does end up being very significant here, as we are seeing the automaton attempting to rebuild his fallen brethren here, and essentially Suppe has to stay on this position to prevent this. So maybe Kvoth can find some way to deal with this, as he's turning around, taking a very, very nice fight here with those Murmillo, and going to be utilizing the mana there to drop in on top of those throwing axemen very, very nicely, trying to micro this to the best of his ability. Unfortunately, a little bit of missed micro there, attacking her, so needs to be picking off those throwing axemen as best as he can. Most of the Murmillo are getting taken out. The automaton does fall there as well, as Suppe is continuing to push in here, doing tons of damage to Kvoth's army, pulling back out here. Still has the advantage, and in that moment, Kvoth does realize that the game is most likely lost, only has 479 gold left in the bank. Finding a second gold mine and continuing this game is going to be very, very hard. And to be honest, Suppe would probably be heading to the next age fairly soon. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. A very, very nice map here for Suppe. And I could imagine that this map's very, very nice for Egyptian as well. Very, very nice for Greek as well. It can be very good for everyone. in different situations here. But so far, so good. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.